Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of First and Last. My name is Josh, and with me this week I've got Joe.
Hey, man.
And Claire.
I'm here.
You're here. I'm here.
I know. We missed you last week.
Yeah. Did Joe do that intro as entertaining and energetic as I just did?
Sure.
Probably.
Obviously.
Yeah, almost for surely.
But I did realize after he had hosted last week that I want to host sometime.
Do you want to restart?
No,
you can host
no,
right now?
not today.
Oh, okay.
I want to be prepared because I got to be in my Josh vibe. And I'm definitely not today.
Not in the Josh vibe.
Mm-mm.
Well, Josh vibe is pretty unprepared in general, if that helps you out. It's pretty much just
let it
start,
happen.
Just start and let it go.
Well, that's perfect.
That's why I'm just loud and sound like a fool most of the time.
Don't talk negatively about yourself.
Funny, great fool. Does that count?
Okay.
So how'd it go? Everything went well last week? We haven't listened to it. Well, I haven't because it's not out yet. Joe's going to edit it, and I'll listen to it at some point.
You better listen.
I mean, I have to, just in case. Did anyone write down how many points everybody got?
Yes, but who do you think got more points?
You.
I did. I'm so proud of myself. And if I calculated it correctly, right now I'm on average 1 per episode.
And
that's what you say I need to get
to win. That's gonna categorically for I think most seasons that would make you win.
Because right now we're at season 18, episode 5.
Jimmy barely shows up, and he won last season. You know.
He's good, though. He gets 4 points.
Jimmy's the Roman Reigns of this podcast. He just fucking wins a title and then leaves.
Well, that'll be me soon. When he gets back, I'll become the new Roman Reigns.
You're kind of a fighting champion, technically, because you're also a belt holder, and you've been here a lot.
And you want to host? I'm just taking over the whole show.
Okay.
Thanks,
I can't
John.
do that.
All right, John Cena.
I would prefer The Miz, but
The Miz is a
I don't know.
kind of a he's probably a locker room leader at this point. I assume.
In wrestling?
Yeah.
I don't really know how that works.
Right? He's
But
just around.
sure.
He's around. Make sure everyone's doing okay.
He somehow
Brings cookies.
He somehow once again didn't get cut after WrestleMania. So I mean, clearly they like him.
Oh, but you're saying, I don't think I understand this whole thing. So John Cena isn't around that often?
Well, no, he just retired
For the 90th time.
for the first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I give him
John Cena is currently one of the only wrestlers that said, "I'm going to retire," retired, and hasn't wrestled again. It hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
But I believe him.
You really don't think he's going to wrestle again?
No.
Yeah.
I would say no.
I would say no. Especially because he didn't have to retire. He was already he could just work his John Cena schedule for the rest of his life. Which is the John Cena schedule is I don't know, maybe I'll wrestle this year. Maybe I won't. I don't know.
The John Cena schedule is, I want a WrestleMania match. And they're like,
Yeah.
cool. We'll give it to you.
He could have just done that until he's 60.
Okay, so then I'm the John Cena of the podcast.
Yeah. You can just have your WrestleMania match whenever
I
you
like
want.
that better, I think. Hopefully other people who are listening.
Joe's the Danhausen of the podcast.
Yeah.
I knew you'd love that.
Something spooky.
That's not the one where it's you say his name and he appears or something?
No, that's Joe Henry.
Oh no, there he
Hendry.
is.
Hendry.
And that's not Jimmy because he's not here.
Or is he?
Is it like a Beetlejuice thing where you need to say his name 3 times?
Jimmy or Joe Hendry?
That's 2.
For which one? Oh, God. Oh, no. Okay.
Well, did you enjoy your time away from the pod?
Oh, yeah. Screw you guys. It was great to be
Yeah.
away. I'm just kidding. No, it was fun. We went up to Maine and ate a lot of oysters.
Sounds perfect.
I thought the other day, I was like, I should have counted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to know your count.
Oyster count.
Because he went for a full week, Tuesday to Tuesday. And I think there was one day where it was 5 p.m. and we're like, we didn't eat oysters today. So
Yeah, what are you doing?
So out of the 7 days I was there, we ate oysters every day except for And maybe we ate oysters that day.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I'm
remember
wondering.
anymore.
Like 5 o'clock sounds like dinner time. Sounds like you're trying to figure out what you're gonna eat.
Had my first oyster like shooter,
Mm.
where you like shoot an oyster, but then you get like a little shot. Then you
Yeah.
you slam it with a shot.
Mm.
That's not my favorite way of eating a raw oyster, because that means you're just eating like a raw oyster. Like the raw oyster, normally you get all the accoutrements, and this one the accoutrement follows the oyster.
Yeah.
So and then that means every time you eat an oyster, you're like, do I like oysters? Do I just like horseradish, hot sauce, cocktail sauce, lemon, or whatever else they have? New thing I discovered:
Mm.
Ooh.
frozen hot sauce. It was probably Tabasco.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like freeze Tabasco, and then you kind of like crush it up until it's like little ice shards,
Oh.
and then you just have like frozen. They called it Fire and Ice where we had it.
Interesting.
Up in Bar Harbor. But it was kind of cool because I was like, oh shit, I've never thought about freezing hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in the name. You don't freeze hot things.
I think that we should all try it.
I did, and it was great. So I think you two should try. Yeah. I had asked Joe and Jimmy. We had a oyster conversation probably many years ago at this point on the podcast. And I don't truly think Joe or Jimmy's ever really had an oyster because they've
Right.
only had them like fried in a po' boy, basically.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And Joe's like technically allergic.
Right. This is the whole story. Yeah.
Which yeah,
Yeah.
which is also which is a great reason to not have oysters. You know?
I had a oyster po' boy. I thought, and then I had a bad experience afterwards, and I think I'm allergic. Or no, like I've gotten the test now that like I am allergic to oysters, but like I also wonder if that was just like also bad oysters and like a combination.
Yeah.
It's hard to know.
Hard to know,
But-
especially because it was deep fried. So I don't know.
And it was in the Midwest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we are in like the Minneapolis area, and I frequently have oysters here.
Mm.
I had like a family member come visit me and like we went out to eat and they like specifically picked like oysters and I just was like looking at them like, why? It's like the time we went to the island and Joe gets a hamburger and it's like, why? Like this isn't the right spot for it.
That's true, but I mean, in all fairness, like I mean, depending on how far out it is, like it's 2026. Like an oyster gets delivered so fast now,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully in an ice truck. You know, like we have the technology
Yeah.
that
yeah,
it's
it's
fine.
not $18.99.
But you do recognize how much better they are when you're sitting in like a restaurant next to the river that the oyster came from,
Mhm.
which is what I
Yeah,
did
it's much
frequently
fresher.
this year. We had oysters somewhere at one point when we were in Maine, and we're like, oh, it's from this river, or this town, this river. And then our last day before we left, we're like, well, we need your oysters. So we went to that town, to that river, and ate those oysters again because we were like, we like those ones. We never had them
Mm.
since then. So
like you didn't like pluck them out of the river.
no, we just went to like the restaurant that was like right there,
Oh, gotcha.
and they were like, oh yeah, that's the ones we got, because like they just cheaper to buy them from the dude that like farms them, probably.
I like that you did like a whole trip around oysters though. I think that's really fun.
Yeah, we know what we like.
I don't think I could do like a one food trip. I think that would be like too hard for me.
Well, I mean, we ate all. Like
Yeah, I
oysters.
understand.
Oysters isn't ever the meal.
It's the appetizer.
Oysters is like the appetizer. So
But still, I don't know.
get two of you, get a half dozen, each get 3.
Yeah, I'm kind of comparing it to wings. Is it kind of like
It's
Having some
it's
wings.
way less substantial
okay?
because like an oyster's like a silver dollar size, and it's
Okay.
just like a shooter, basically.
Yeah.
So you have like 2 or 3 of those, and then you're ready to eat. So you could get another appetizer with oysters. It's almost like a pre-app in a way.
So like you're saying like
Whoa.
you'd get a dozen and split them, half dozen.
There'd be 2 of us, and we'd usually get a half dozen.
Okay.
So we would only have like 3 each.
And so that 3 each you're saying is like it's not like 3 wings, it's like 2 wings.
Yeah. But I would also say
You
there
get
was
like a drummy and a flat just to try it out.
I don't know what's going on with Maine,
Mhm.
but I swear to God, we weren't hungry for the first like 5 days we were there, and it wasn't because like the food was bad or anything went weird. It was just because like I feel like we got there, we ordered food, and it was like this is too much food,
Mm.
and then we ate a bunch of food, and then every subsequent time we got food, we're like we have to like order one meal for the
Mhm.
2 of us. It was like 2 that. northeast portion are the areas around Acadia National Park.
Okay.
I feel like
You're selling it for those people that want a big meal.
I'm just saying it was too much food all the time.
That's always the hard thing for me, like when I'm in a vacation spot, is the too much food, and then like it can mess up the whole like gut experience. But also like
So can all the drinking, by the way.
Yeah, well, that doesn't help either. But
And you want to try all the things.
I want to try all the things, and you
Yeah.
got so much, and then like, do you bring it back with you to the hotel or whatever? Do you have a fridge?
Yeah, we did that, and we like had some leftovers, and then tried to eat them, and then we're like, we gotta eat these before we go to this, and we had 2 different Airbnbs because we were in 2 different locations in Maine because we wanted to see it all.
Well, that's exciting.
Well, we saw very little of it, but
You saw 2 locations
we
of it.
saw one quote unquote big city. Portland, Maine is like 70,000 people,
Yeah.
or less actually. A lot of people said like in the 65, 67. And so, that's very small for the area we live in.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by Maine. It's like the edge of America, just tucked in
It
there.
really is.
I just like
I
that they're called
I
Maine-
saw Portugal this last week.
Yeah,
I just looked
You just see
across
it.
and I saw it.
it's like, hey,
Oh,
waved at a
man.
guy.
Really good
He
eyes.
waved back.
We got really, yeah.
You
we
got that laser eyes?
we
or-
said ole. I
Gosh.
don't know how to say ole in Portuguese. I know they do Spanish weird over there. And I don't speak Spanish either. So. It's real difficult. Hey, Joe,
Hey,
what is this podcast for anyone, interested in what the fuck we're about to do?
yeah, welcome. It's a TV podcast, Deep Sigh, where we take a TV show and analyze it based on its first and last episode. We'll watch the first episode, take a break to discuss it, and then make predictions for what we think will happen in the last episode. Then watch that episode, then review that episode, and then score our points at the end to see who got their predictions correct. Claire Stradamus over here.
It's going to be me.
I don't know did you guys have a chance, as of time of recording, our latest episode, when you two were gone and it was only me and Nick, friend of the show, we did Sailor Moon, and I made Nick do that.
Nice.
Tell us what it was.
Oh, I can't wait to listen.
I don't think we asked you guys like what show you did.
Yeah.
We didn't.
No, you did not.
And then later you told us you did Sailor Moon, and I feel like, do you know if Sailor Moon, like, where did you watch it? Was it on Plex?
No, I think it was on Amazon.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm not 100% sure.
Because I feel like I was scrolling through maybe it was Amazon, because we were scrolling
on
Amazon,
Amazon.
and I feel like I like saw Sailor Moon somewhere where I was scrolling,
Yeah.
and I like there's like a thought that went through my mind. I was like, yeah, it'd be fun if we did an anime show. Like, what if we did Sailor Moon back to back?
that'd actually be pretty cool. I think that'd be very interesting.
I think we would have different takes. Let's just put it that way.
Mhm.
Maybe we'd love it.
Josh and Nick did Sailor Moon, and then the very next week, Joe and Claire did Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
And then we just told like Jimmy he had to do Sailor Moon with like him
He
and
just
like
has homework.
like Jeffy, like friend of the show who's been on, kind of thing. You guys can you guys just do Sailor Moon? Like why? Because we're a little bit ahead, so we actually have the benefit of kind of not knowing
Mm-hmm.
when one of us is fully out of town. And
That's the only show you do now.
Yeah.
It's a Sailor Moon podcast.
it was good enough that I have thought about it every once in a while,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been like, should I watch some of it more?
I will not watch the show we watched last week. Probably ever again.
I will listen to the podcast when it comes out, like everybody else. I can't wait to be everybody else for once. And I guarantee I will not be watching that show after. Like, there's no way that you.
I don't know. Joe loved the theme song.
Mm.
By
did.
love, I mean hate. He didn't like it. But it gets stuck in your head, and then the rest of the week, you're like, gonna give me some candy. You gotta be there.
Okay, maybe I'm gonna have to watch one of these episodes so I can at least hear that. Who brought the show this week?
Well, I did a little research, but then like Joe helped me decide. So like both, because basically I found 3 shows and then we narrowed it down to 1. But this is one I'm shocked you guys haven't done. There's been a reboot of it.
Okay.
But it's a nostalgic show. Like when did it run? I wrote this down. 1984 through 1992. 9 seasons. We're going to be
9 seasons.
do you have a guess?
We already did it. We ended up watching a lot of Home Improvement while we were in Maine. Because it was on the 24-hour Roku channel. So it was like, got home 10:30 at night. What are you going to do? Go to bed soon? All right, let's put on... Oh, let's Home Improvement's on. That's wholesome.
Well, this is not Home Improvement.
9 seasons. No, I don't know.
It's Night Court.
Oh...
So do you have a connection to the show?
Yes. Kenneth on 30 Rock loved Night Court, and he made all the people come in for like to finish it. So I feel like it never really finished correctly.
Oh, I don't know.
So I go from 30 Rock. I don't think that Night Court has a satisfying ending.
Okay. Maybe that's why you guys have never done it. I remember loving the show as a kid. Thinking it was very interesting. But I'm sure I didn't understand it at all. Like, I didn't understand what a court was.
Is it
nighttime?
Is it more of a sitcom or is it more of a procedural?
Oh, it's very sitcom.
Okay.
And there's like the lawyers and the judge, and then there's like a lot of hokey pokey going on in between, I think. But again, I haven't seen this probably since 1992. And the whole thing's available on Amazon. Very exciting. But I think you have ads. I think you gotta have ads on Amazon.
Yeah, for me, the only thing that's like kind of memorable is just like the title card that I'm looking at on Wikipedia, where it says like Night Court in this like yellow script in front of like a courthouse. That's like the only thing I remember about this show.
In front of the Parthenon.
You don't remember like the bald guy that's like the police officer, or like the black woman that's a police officer?
No, I don't remember anything particular about it except there's a show called Night Court and it looks like this.
Yeah.
Well, so we new to you.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think I liked this as a kid. Don't think I understood it. I'm hoping it's really funny, but I'm sad to hear that on 30 Rock they show that there's no ending. So
I mean, I don't know if they. It could also just be that
he just didn't like the ending or something.
Kenneth the Page didn't like the ending, and therefore like whatever. So it could be completely an ending. But I do have a prediction in my brain that I'm going to use based on if the characters I recognize, because there's quite a possibility that I'm just not right and that's not the right show and I'm just saying something whatever. But if the characters are there and I see them, I have a prediction that I am going to do directly just from watching 30 Rock. And I don't think that's cheating.
I don't think cheating. But I do feel like I don't have any predictions yet. So
is one of them a judge?
Yes.
One of them?
Yeah, it's Night Court. So there's like the judge.
Yeah, but
lawyers.
the main guy's like a judge.
Yeah.
Seems like Harry or something.
I feel like that's right.
Harry T. Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Judge Stone.
Judge Stone.
And there's like the lady man lawyer, and then there's like a female lawyer. I don't know what sides they're on. I mean, I guess they're all just prosecution, because I don't think the people have defense attorneys.
They
I don't
have
really
defense
know.
attorneys?
Maybe
Well,
they
they're
do.
gonna have
In
to
Night Court? There's just you're not allowed to.
I mean, everybody's
lawyer
You're not
Night
allowed.
Court?
You're not. You're not
Miranda?
allowed. You're just not allowed representation
Yeah.
at all.
Your Miranda rights are just void if the sun is down.
Also, why would you need a court at nighttime? I don't know. I don't understand how this works.
Maybe this is in Alaska during 30 Days of Night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where is Night Court?
I think it's New York City.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't.
I think it's like New York City, New York. This is just a guess.
Okay.
I have not looked this up.
I mean, if it's I don't think it's in an area where the sun does wacky things. I don't think that's.
Yeah, I assumed it was like Philly or something.
Yeah, I could see it being like a city to East Coast.
I wonder if
Boston
there's
or
still
something.
like a night court. If this is still a thing.
What if there was a night court?
What is? I mean, there's people host. There are court times at night, right? Does court end at like 5?
I would assume. If I was a
I
judge.
assume, yeah.
Like, I mean,
Okay. Well, judges got it good.
Mr. Banks was always home for dinner.
So the judges are cool, but they might have to get woken up for like subpoenas and warrants and stuff. That's the problem with
I mean,
being
that's
a
a
judge.
good question of just like, so what is a night court? Like, why would there be a night court?
Yeah, these silly things.
Is it like
though?
emergency stuff or like,
This is all civil.
I feel
yeah,
like
just
it's
stuff
gonna
that
be, like,
doesn't
a lot of
matter, so
drunk
they
people.
throw it in night court?
Like Judge Judy would be like night court, right?
Yeah, maybe.
But that's during the day.
Yeah. What's going on in this?
We're gonna
night
have to
court?
find out. We're gonna have to find out. We're gonna watch this episode, you guys. Now I'm like on the edge of my seat.
What if-
Maybe the
what
court.
if night court was like Judge Judy and it was just like a show and a show?
Like there was like the show Night Court is about a TV show called Night Court,
Yeah, or something like that.
where it's like a Judge Judy type show.
Yeah, it's getting too far. There's no way that is it. But
That you confused me.
when did Judge Judy start? Because this was like late '80s, mid '80s. Judge
Yeah.
Judy was '90s.
I think that was 90s. Yeah.
Maybe this like inspired it.
What if it's a regular daytime court, but they just handle night cases?
like only crimes at night,
Yeah. Mhm.
break-ins, murders.
But just the night
But
murders.
just night murders only.
Not the daytime.
If it's before 5 p.m., you got to go to day court.
And if you get like lucky and your day murder gets to night court, do you get like?
What if it's
Did
like?
they dismiss the case?
What if it's like you
It's
just
out of my jurisdiction.
You
Can't
get a-
handle it. You're free.
you get arrested and then they like have to sentence you really quickly or something like you just were drunk on the street.
Oh, night court's now speed court too.
Maybe. And then they have to be like,
It's not like regular court. We go fast at night court.
Yeah, your right to a speedy trial is like very speedy.
we're gonna find out.
Claire just really wants to watch
I
night
want to
court.
know.
Oh man. Okay, well the first episode has a title. I already like this show. It's called All You Need Is Love.
Cute.
Yeah, so let's watch that and we'll be back after the first episode of Night Court. And we're back. We're done with the first episode of Night Court. It was called All You Need Is Love. Claire, do you have a write-up?
I sure do, thanks to Crouch BK on IMDb. The staff of a Manhattan arraignment court is surprised by the arrival of a maverick young judge named Harry Stone. His first ruling that the feuding couple should go to dinner with the attorneys results in a fight breaking out that injures Dan.
No, not Dan.
Not Dan. It really didn't injure him, it just injured his suit. But
Oh, is that just the end of that?
yeah, that's
okay.
it. That's it. That's it. It's the only one.
I've definitely never seen this episode of TV before, and I'm not 100% sure I've ever seen this show before.
Really?
I don't think I've ever seen a full episode of this show. It is the one I'm thinking about with 30 Rock, but I don't have any relationship with this show. Yeah.
I'm surprised at how many of the cast I don't recognize. I really only recognize the bailiff Bull, Dan, the Schwarmy guy, and like the judge.
Yeah, those are the three I
And then
really recognize too.
I like don't see any of the other like diverse characters that like I remember from the show. There was like another bailiff. She was kind of great. I feel like I don't know. I hated the clerk, and then I did see online that this was her only episode.
Which one was the clerk?
The lady who at the end was like, "I will be proud to call you Judge Harry."
Oh, that Lana
Yeah,
girl?
she was terrible.
Well, I'm going to have a great predictions, all right?
Did she say she was gonna be dead or gone?
I said Lana, dead or gone.
Well,
And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not changing that prediction. I can prove to you that I wrote it.
well, thanks to Crouch BK on IMDb, I know that she's gone.
I just knew there was another lady.
Yeah.
I think her name was like Christine or something like that. Who's like a Harry love interest. And I was like, well, Lana's not going to be a Harry love interest. She's going to be gone eventually. But I would have given her like 3 or 4 seasons maybe. Either way. But did you like it?
I don't think this pulled me into watching more episodes. I
Yeah.
don't think this was their best. I think it was just the very basic pilot. I mean, there were some like jokes in there and things I thought were interesting, but it didn't hook me. What about you?
I was surprised that I liked it.
Whoa.
Like, I mean, you know, if someone was like, "Do you want to watch episode 2?" It'd be like, I mean, if what else you got? But sure, you can whatever. Do I have to move? If I don't, then push play, I guess. But I liked Judge Stone, Harry.
He's witty. He's a witty guy.
He's a lot like skinnier and hipstery than I thought he was, because I only really know old him.
I thought his eyeliner was a little much in this episode, but other than
Yeah, that was interesting.
and I didn't like his shoes. He had like ballet flats on almost.
I thought his shoes were dope. I really did. I was like, oh, those are cool dude shoes. But so I really liked him. So I think that was the point of this episode, was to make you like him.
I did really like how he like comes in and they don't know that he's the judge, so they're like all talking about the judge in front of him, and he's like in there. I've always wanted to do that.
Because you think of a judge
It's
as
called
like
the Kansas City Shuffle.
he's like an old stodgy guy, right?
Yeah. He's waltzing in his jeans and his.
So you would have guessed that this young guy who seems pretty irreverent is actually the judge.
But he was.
But he is, because he pulled out like a gun that shoots those like snake things.
That was so
well,
weird.
like those snakes that like come out of a can.
Do they
you open a
still
can
do
of
that
peanuts?
joke?
I didn't know that technology existed in the 80s.
1984, man.
Wow. Beautiful year, I guess.
If you, I wouldn't be surprised if you would like get one of those guns and like have it around and like just be able to
Now that I know they exist,
pop off some snakes at people.
I bet I could get one of those guns within 7 hours of right now. If like, you know, like
Cartoonishly large barrel. For some reason
was-
has snakes in it.
It was so weird.
I literally was like, that guy's a grenade launcher.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
And he's like, would a judge do this?
And he shoots a grenade at him and he explodes.
And then he like made fun of the courier. So there's a courier there. He needed to sign for a package, and he said something like, "Go to a Mel Torme concert or something." Did you guys catch what he said?
It was Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow, and I don't know if that's like in reference to this guy's jacket or like seemed like it was
Maybe
sneak
Barry
diss.
Manilow had a vibe to like the early 80s people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just don't know.
Like, I think that might have been
So-
it could have been a timely joke, cultural joke.
So I found a transcript of this episode because I was trying to look up a quote from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the courier brings something in, and then the judge goes like, "Thanks." Or, like he's like, "Here you go, thanks." And then the guy's like waiting for a tip, and the judge says, "Sorry, I don't tip." And then he says, "Besides, how do I know you're not the type to go out and spend it on a Barry Manilow album?"
Yeah.
So what? Yeah,
What does that mean?
Guess they're just making fun of Barry Manilow. I don't know.
but is that like Barry Manilow's for ladies, and like you're gay if you listen to Barry Manilow or something?
Probably.
Or is that just like or Barry Manilow's corny, and so I don't want you
Yeah, is
spending
Mel
your money on-
Torme the exact opposite of Barry Manilow, and he likes Mel Torme so much? I wanted to be like some weird, deep, like just pop culture joke, and not like some awful shit
Yeah.
that we just can't pick up on because we're out of the loop, I guess.
I think my favorite thing about Harry, though, and this goes to my prediction, so hopefully you guys don't steal it, is he does magic tricks. Like, he has the gun, but he also, like, was doing stuff with a coin, and
He's got bits.
he's got some magic.
He's a prop comic.
I love it.
Yeah.
He's
love
a
it.
prop comic is what he is, which is kind of funny. Like, man, 9 seasons of like just bit after bit after bit, though. I can see that getting a little old. But they're
Because that's a lot of this is like, this is supposed to be serious. He's supposed to be a judge, but he's like silly.
yeah.
He like knows the guy from like the first like case that they did, and he's just like, oh, a hacksaw, whatever.
Yeah, 3 Monty Hacksaw, man. $50. Get out of here.
You rascal.
You fucking stealing money from poor people or whatever you're doing, you rascal. Ugh. Joe, so you loved it?
I don't know, man. I kind of didn't. I don't know if it's just like first episode, like still working through like what the characters are and stuff like that, but I just didn't find much of it very funny. That's kind of why I end up looking up the transcript, is because in that first section, it's where we're introduced to all the characters, and like literally like they're introducing themselves to each other. And then the last part of that before they hit the theme song is like Lana introducing herself to him, and she says like Lana blah blah blah, like county clerk or whatever. And then he said pleasure's mine, and then there was like a big laugh, and then it cuts to the theme song, and I was just like, what was the, like I missed what he said, and I was like, what was the joke there? What did he say that was like so funny? And it was like, that was it, just pleasure's mine. That's just the end of the scene.
It's almost, I mean, I guess it'd be a really awkward end of the scene, but my brain was like, do you hate like the laugh track placement too? Like it exacerbated the shit.
Yeah. Maybe if there wasn't a big
Yeah.
laugh there, I would have just been like, okay, scene's over. And also, the theme song is the one thing I remember about this show. Like
Yeah.
when it hit, I was like, oh yeah, this song.
Great theme song. Great theme song. Is it like a saxophone or something?
Yeah, probably some sort of. There's reeds going on in there, right? It could be an oboe, or not an oboe, probably not, but it could be like a clarinet.
Okay.
I don't
okay.
know.
Some sort of jazzy woodwind.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It gets you in the mood for the show. I feel like it's not a skippable theme song. Like, you know, sometimes you just want to like skip that shit. This you want to play through.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I got a problem with a long theme song, but when it's a good theme song, it's like, I don't care how long it is.
We hear it. So the main case.
Oh yeah.
The husband and wife.
So it's
which
a husband and wife.
and a prostitute.
The husband was soliciting some prostitution. Soliciting?
That's where
Soliciting.
there you go.
Soliciting a prostitute, and his wife caught him and apparently fired shots at both of them, but like missed.
Yeah.
And so he's like filing charges against her.
I mean, she's got like attempted murder now.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what the charges are.
Yeah. And then, you know, Judge Stone's thing is like, you guys should just go work this out. Just go like we'll have a recess. You guys just go to a bar and talk it out.
Yeah, they were like, go and then just have your lawyers come too.
Mm-hmm. So of course it doesn't work out, and then they come back, and then, you know, there's a coin flip thing and double-headed coin and blah blah blah. But essentially the gist of the episode is he's like, hey, like, you guys, like, you gotta just like work this out. Like, you guys maybe drifted apart, things have gotten weird, but like, you guys are 27 years. You guys are great together. you gotta stick together. This you guys, you should work it out. And they're like, yeah, we should. Like that couple, like they're dead in a year, right? Murder suicide within a year.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like they should be together.
No.
Also, does not seem like it's his job to like deal with that. He's not a relationship judge.
Mm-hmm.
He's a judge. Like, did she try to kill him? Yes. Okay. Do what you need to do. I'm not a judge. I don't know. But then that's what everybody really liked, his unorthodox ways.
Right. Yeah.
And that made them like him as a judge.
Yeah. He's unorthodox. He's not old and curmudgeonly. He's like trying to see these people as people, and therefore like trying to solve what's really going on here, other than like just laying down the law.
Other than the law.
The law.
I mean, I do remember as a kid watching this, and it wasn't like these people who were committing crimes. They were not treated like bad people like you'd see on other things. Like, oh, you're a bad guy. Like, they're kind of silly. Like, the lady who was solicited was like, it's a job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're kind of treated more of like people. So that's a positive.
Mm-hmm.
But I also remember like Dan just being absolutely like, he would be so Me Too'd. Like, it's just so gross. Anyway, we'll get into that later, I'm sure. I'm sure that'll show up at some point. But it didn't in the first episode. He was like very nice and smoked a pipe.
I mean, he was antagonistic against new judge, against Harry. So
Yeah, but he wasn't rude to a woman.
I mean, they all were, except for what was her name? Was her name Gail, or was that a real name?
I think Gail. Yeah, the other prosecutor or
Yeah.
not prosecutor, the defense attorney.
Defense attorney. Was her? I'm like, was her real name Gail, or was her character's name Sheila?
Yes. Gail Strickland as public defender Sheila
Yeah.
Gardner.
There you go.
Dude, right? Every single time, like from the minute like Harry was there, she was just like, "Whatever you want, I'll do whatever you want." Like she did that in the middle of court. He just was like, "I'm a good talker," and then she was like, "I'll do whatever you want." Do you no one get a creepy vibe?
I didn't even notice that. I thought she was just trying to be a good lawyer.
I think I think they fell like enamored with him like one after another.
Oh,
And I think she was just like number one.
gotcha.
And then like I think Dan kind of fell in line a little bit after that, and then obviously Lana's like weird like all hail
Her
you,
monologue,
sir,
that was so
at the
weird.
end.
I didn't like it. And then she's like, I'll be back. Or because, he's like, give me another shot. And she's like, okay. But then it sounds like she doesn't give him another shot because she's not there in episode 2. Again, that's pretty much one of the reasons I would want to keep watching this, is just to see when it gets to matched up with my memory. Like,
Yep.
you know what I mean? Like, when are the people that I recognize in this? Is it gonna be like season 4 that finally they get this shit together and it's like what I remember as a child? Probably.
Maybe.
I mean, I wasn't born in 1984, so I wasn't even alive when this came out. So it's new to me.
Yeah, I mean, none of us were alive
None of us were
when
alive.
this came out. Shortly after, but not able to really comprehend or watch the show
yeah,
anyway.
no.
Anything else, or should we dive into some predictions?
Just one last like interesting bit. There's like at the end they're like, how are you a judge? And it was like,
Oh yeah,
the mayor was like appointing a bunch of vacancies like on his last day of office or whatever. And it was like he had this list of 1,000 judges and like they were down to filling the last vacancy. And it's like they kept calling people, but no one was home because it was Sunday or something.
Home phone.
But he was like number 1,000 on the list. So he got the job because he was home. I don't really understand the point of that bit other than
Apparently, it really happened.
that really happened.
So this is based on something that happened in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it was a whole thing. But he was still on the list.
Yeah. I think maybe that's the point of the bit is like, yes, I was the last choice, but I was a like vetted choice. So like somebody thought that I was, like, qualified for
qualified technically.
this. Yeah. Even though I'm maybe unorthodox or like the last choice, I was a choice,
Mm-hmm.
which makes him still a judge.
Dude, if somebody called me right now and was going to like offer me a judgeship or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it came to my phone, it was just like a random number, I'm not answering that. I think that's spam. That's going straight to voicemail.
Yeah, but he's probably. I mean, this is the '80s.
it's coming
he doesn't
out?
have a cell phone with caller ID. People just fucking call you.
Yeah,
And
that's wild.
There is a part of him that would be waiting for that call,
Mm-hmm.
so you would want to answer that. Also, he told that big long story, and there was really no point whatsoever to the show as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
But I like kind of pointless meanderings that are like long and silly. It was like a not funny Norm Macdonald story,
Mm-hmm.
and so I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Josh is into this show. Let's see if it holds up.
I said I was the only way I was going to watch episode 2 was if I didn't have to move and the other person was still playing it. So not high, but I'll go.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Number 1, I think in the finale there is not a wedding.
No.
That's my 30 Rock prediction.
Oh, interesting.
I think that in 30 Rock, Kenneth gets the cast and crew together to have the wedding that he thought should have happened.
Mm.
And I'm worried is that they do have a wedding
But
Like
it's
the
just
wedding
not that-
happens, but then like she runs away or something happens. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Because then there would be a wedding. It just wouldn't be a complete wedding.
But does that count as a wedding?
I mean, if everyone comes, but they just don't get married, is it a wedding?
Now I want to know who you think's gonna get married. But okay.
I mean, I know who Kenneth wants to be married. So no wedding. And I guess we'll figure out what that means when we get there. Number 2, Lana is dead or gone.
Okay. Well,
And I had written that down before you said it.
give yourself a point.
Number 3, Harry is like leaving. He's like Frasier craning it. He's leaving.
I think that's a good prediction.
And I'll say, I will go. Did Frasier's same, just a different radio station, right? Was he doing a TV show? It's not really that important.
At the end?
Harry's leaving, but he's like maybe he's moving on to like judge or do law or something somewhere else. So he's not like retiring. So I don't know why I'm being more specific to try to not get a point, but I am. And then number 4, I think Bull says a big word because he was saying all those big words.
I feel like Bull was way different than I remember him in this episode, like than he was in the rest of the time. Like, because he literally was like, I learn all these words and he uses all these big words. It was really cute. I remember him just being like dumb and everybody making fun of him for being dumb.
Yeah.
Which goes to my prediction. So should I just go?
Please.
Someone will make fun of Bull's intelligence.
Mm.
So that's there. Dan will say something cancelable. I want there to be a magic trick. And there's going to be prostitution. Somebody's going to be there because they were a prostitute. Like in court.
I can see this.
Not just coincidentally, prostitute is also there.
I mean, if there's
because of prostitution.
Not because a prostitute just happens to be working the courtroom that
right.
night.
Yeah, yeah.
If you know what I mean.
I mean, there's I don't think I get it.
Right. It's not
Prostitution.
You know prostitutes do?
I think I do. But yeah.
She's like, yeah, they're the ones that like. There's the defense, and then there's the prostitutes.
Are you calling me Bull right now?
Bull? That's the big guy?
Yeah.
He's picking up words. Mercurial.
All right, what are yours, Joe?
I have that Harry officiates a wedding.
Mm.
Because judges do that. I think that an objection gets overruled.
You always go for this.
Yeah. Love to see an
Sustained.
overrule.
Sustained.
I think that somebody eats a hot dog.
Nice.
Oh, classic.
Courtroom, a dog.
Yeah, courtroom dog. And then my last one, day court. I think that there's a court case that happens during the day,
Even though it's called night court.
even though it's called night court.
Okay. How
That's
will we know?
the end of night court is when day court is in session.
Yeah. We'll have to somehow, because there's no windows in there, so we'll have to just know that, like, oh, it's daytime.
Someone right at the end
Let's get
just goes
breakfast.
like, "It sure is day."
Sure is early right now.
Uh,
Got the whole day ahead of us after this case.
Oh, I didn't write yours down. Normally I write them down, but I'm
Yeah.
sure you'll figure it out.
We can ask him later. The finale is called Opportunity Knock Knocks. Is that right?
I don't.
I feel like
I read it.
you read it to me,
and it went
to
immediately out of my head.
and then I waited like 3 minutes, and then I wrote it down.
It's not the one that's the boat one, so it's that one.
I think it's called
I
Opportunity
think it had
Knock
knocks in it, but I don't remember what was knocking. Yeah,
Yeah.
opportunity knock knocks.
Yes,
Yeah.
all of
Good
this
work.
to know that I remembered correctly. So we're gonna watch that, and we will be back after the finale. And we're back. We're done with the final episode of Night Court. Opportunity Knock Knocks.
I've got right up.
Read it.
It's from Wikipedia. It says, in the series finale, Harry contemplates the many job opportunities coming his way. Christine runs against a congressman who's related to Art the janitor. Dan comes to terms with his womanizing ways when a wealthy socialite bars him from marrying her daughter, and he dreams that every woman in New York City is suing him. Mac considers a career change, and Bull befriends some men who turn out to be aliens from Jupiter who need his help on their home planet. The last line of the series is Bull's reply, okay. I can't.
Okay.
Do you think that's like
I think
a thing?
Joe did the best, actually.
Do you think he like does that a lot?
That reminds me, you guys ever seen the movie Grandma's Boy?
No.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? In like, there's that one head game developer guy, and he's like, "Ooh, I'm a robot," like that. That's what that reminds me of. He's like a heavy nerd, and no one likes him. And in this episode, the Bull was like, I'm kind of a weird guy, and then every once in a while, I'm the worst guy.
He was much different in this episode.
Yeah, he was. No big words, by the way. Unless someone got one that I didn't hear, but
Alien.
Yeah, so there's like I would say there's like 3 big things happening and then a couple like side things. Big things being Harry is deciding what job he's going to do next.
Yep.
And for some reason getting ridiculous job offers one after the other.
All the best job offers.
Yeah, I was trying to write them down. Law firm partnership, a superior court judge, which is obviously just a higher level judge than he is, a talk show host, writing his memoirs, like paid for memoirs already, a law professor at Columbia, touring with Mel Torme, which has been apparently a joke since the first episode, so must have kept that one going. And then a Nike shoe deal, like all these things. So he was just like periodically just talking to somebody about the next best deal he got.
Yeah. It seemed like his luck was going his way.
It was kind of funny. Christine running for Congress was the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And they did a pretty convincing job that she was going to lose.
I agree.
I thought she was going to lose. Joe?
I assumed.
That
But
she was going to lose?
Yeah, but I guess I wasn't super surprised.
Well, she didn't lose, Joe.
She
Are you
won.
shocked now?
Shocked.
She won. I kind of thought, I was like, this show seems to try to do a couple interesting things where it does try to have some heartfelt stuff in it. But it also seems to also just want to tell a story that's neither interesting, weird, like just a complete mid story.
Yeah.
Like it takes breaks to say, I'm going to do this really mid thing. But then it tries to like kind of pull your heartstrings depending on what. So
Yeah.
interesting. So Christine was running for Congress. She eventually won. And then one of the bigger plots, I feel like in the 2 episodes was Dan's gold digging / womanizing. Was that like the majority of this 2-part episode?
But then he had to come to terms with all the women of New York. But yes, I would agree. It was the first episode. He was dating. I forget her name.
Monroe, but I think that was her last name.
Yeah, Patricia or something. Dating this girl, and then he likes her because of her dad's money. Meets the dad and the mom. Skip forward a little bit. The mom comes back to talk to him. Turns out he had hooked up with her in the summer of '67. Claire, I remember her name, and forced him to break up with his girlfriend.
Her story, the mom telling him let me tell you a tale of a young woman that met the love of her life and blah blah blah, and it was you. That, I was like, that is just when Harry was telling the story about how he's like, one time there was a judge who had to pick one new judge, and he called 1,000 people, and it was me that picked the phone up. That was one of those again. And I
Yeah.
was just like, this doesn't need to be here.
No.
But whoever wrote this and directed it was like, let's just put in one long
I love a good
mid
monologue.
thing. Because it's not really funny, but it's mildly interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very, very kind of a different thing because because a lot of people will be like, that's really boring. Like, and I know, and it is kind of boring, but like Joe thinks it's really boring.
Yeah.
But I liked it. But then Dan's thing kept going after that.
It seemed like he kind of became like a larger character
Yeah.
relative to again, we've only
Almost
seen the
everybody
first,
else.
Yeah, we've only seen the first episode, but like the first episode, yeah, it was just kind of Harry was the main thing, but they're all just kind of there together. But it kind of felt like the Dan B plot was like almost like an A plot.
I really felt like the main core characters, like they really showed all of their different roles in this episode. Like everybody had their like jokes, whether it was Bull was dumb, Roz was like the new bailiff, and she's like jabbing at everybody, kind of always being kind of snarky. I feel like there's one person I didn't write down that was also new. Who's the new clerk? Mac's the new clerk.
Mac.
Like everybody had their thing, and you could see that it came together. But I mean, it was the 9th season, so
Mac's going to film school.
go Mac.
Go Mac.
But yeah, the women versus Dan part became real big.
I mean, that like scene when he was in a courtroom full of women and being like put on trial. That was a really long scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I thought we already told all of Dan's story. And then the next episode of the part 2 is like this huge
whole thing.
Dan court thing.
I don't know. I feel like that also makes him a more likable character in a way, because he's such a dick all of the times to women. And then in this final episode, they like call him out for being a dick. And then he chooses to make a very like weird move at the very, very end, which I think is inappropriate. But
He's going to go follow Christine to Congress.
that's so weird. She doesn't even know him or like him. You don't quit your job to follow someone. Like, that's inappropriate.
Well, I mean, they've worked across the aisle from each other.
I don't care. That's also creepy.
No, I am not team Dan. So
There's
I'm
a
not
lot-
team Dan.
There seems to be a lot of dating coworkers, as most sitcoms have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're going to date a coworker if you're in a sitcom. Joe, what are
Mhm.
your thoughts, my guy? What are you thinking?
Clearly more of a like they have more of a comedic rhythm in this episode than
Yeah.
the first, and that's kind of one of those things where it's like you just kind of got to give a pass to the first episode in that way, where it's like even if you have your characters kind of figured out, like your characters, especially for a sitcom, like the characters and actors kind of just like evolve into a thing. Like even like we talked about Bull being very different, but even like Harry's very different in how he is in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Not as many bits.
Yeah, not as many bits, but still like a funny character.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, it was definitely much more. It had evolved in that way, and kind of a little bit more well lived in characters and jokes. I still don't really kind of like. I'm not really attached to any of the characters, and not that you would really attach to a sitcom. The point is that you're supposed to just hear some jokes and be able to like watch episode to episode, or skip some episodes if you want. But, like,
Please, you haven't finished it, but you're attached to Niles Crane, my boy.
that's what I'm saying. Is yeah, like that's a thing where it's like, there's a thing where you're like, but that's such a Niles bit, and
Yeah.
like you have a very like clear sense of that character. It's like these like I see them, but I'm not like, oh, I need to come back to see more Dan shenanigans or something.
Right.
Where like Frasier's a great example of that. Of like, you remember like in 2020 there was like a Twitter account that was like Frasier in 2020 or something, or like Frasier during the pandemic, and it was just like quick Twitter jokes that was like as if Frasier had continued all the way through 2020 and this is what the characters would be doing now. And it's like, it's just some random Twitter user that's doing this, but like they're putting the jokes in there, and you're just like, yeah, that would be how like Daphne would be acting during the pandemic.
Nailed it.
I think we should start doing predictions about banter because you brought up Frasier so many times this episode. If I had put a bet on that, I would have gotten a point.
Before you come here, you write down one prediction,
Mm-hmm.
and then you try to steer the conversation secretly towards that.
Well, that's just mean.
Mm-hmm.
Let's add some spice to this
It
podcast.
wouldn't be hard to get you guys to start talking about Frasier.
That's
Yeah,
probably
it's
true.
just interesting. I meant to look up the stats, and I'm gonna try to look them up now while I'm stalling. But like, I feel like this show was a hit.
I think it was.
Oh, I definitely think it was.
Because it went into syndication,
Mm-hmm.
and that they have a banger of a theme song.
And yeah, again, we're only watching the first and the last, so it's not necessarily indicative of the show. But I'm just kind of surprised that like what was like the draw for the show? Is it really like John Larroquette and the Dan character?
I would say that for me personally, if the Dan character became more of the spotlight, this would be a worse show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, I didn't like his character very much at all. And maybe just because his character was like, I'm a suave man.
Yeah, yeah. It's
And
just not an
I
attractive
just
character
use
to me.
ladies. And I was like, yeah, you're not even like, I mean, maybe, are you an 80s 9? I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
I literally Googled John Larroquette cute
yeah, like,
just to see like do these people like is he
Check-
seen as like is he a handsome? The thing is, then the next thing I Googled was John Larroquette height. He's 6'4", so I was like, okay, I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, apparently they're all really tall, and they try to make Bull look like he's like this like
Giant guy.
giant guy,
Yeah.
and they're like all super tall,
yeah.
including Harry. I don't know. But I agree with what you're saying where you're like, I'm not tied into any of these characters. I do think that if you watch the show more regularly, you'd have like something that you'd like. For some reason, my brain goes to the characters that were new in this episode that I remember more as a child. But like Roz and Bull were like really funny to me as a kid. I mean, just they're like are kind of mean to each other.
Mhm.
And then for some reason, I just remember liking Mac the clerk a lot.
Because Mac's got like fucking like charm.
Yeah, but
Mac's
he
great.
didn't show in this episode like much about himself.
Yeah, but I still liked him even in this episode.
Yeah.
Like-
But I wonder if you had seen more episodes or like ones that weren't just the first or the last. If there would be like a character that stood out to you more. I agree. I don't like Dan's character. And I kind of like that they canceled him a little bit in this episode.
I mean, Harry's still the main character, I would assume, and I still like Harry even in this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I liked him in both. He's like, say he's the main draw, and
I liked him-
He'd be the reason I would maybe watch a couple more or something like that.
I liked him much more in the last episode.
Yeah, he just became less, bitty,
Mm-hmm.
and he was still really funny, but it seemed like he had intention.
Yeah, and there's some like heart to him where like I feel like if they pulled back in the bits a little bit in the first episode and was more just like, hey, this guy is just like kind of a more compassionate human judge, I could be like, oh, okay, I see what they're going for
Yep.
here.
I think him being like unorthodox in this last episode made sense with how he conveyed himself. Whereas when he was unorthodox in the courtroom in the first episode, it was
Mhm.
like, this guy's a fucking nut.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because he was like not following any basic procedures and just kind of going off script.
Yeah, just but if you're just like if you're like also like slapstick, then it's kind of like,
It's hard.
why am I like letting you do this kind of thing? Where when
Mhm.
you like are funny, but you're thoughtful, you're like, okay, well,
But for like the
come
Dan,
along.
like the Dan character played by John Larroquette, like they had like after this show ended, there was like the John Larroquette show, which I kind of remember on NBC, and like that ran for 4 seasons.
Dang.
Like completely, it's not like a spin-off or anything of Night Court. But it's just like, hey, this is the guy. We're gonna like give him his own show and name it after him. And I just remember like that show I kind of remember a little bit, but I just remember like not really liking or getting. Granted, I was like, 6 or whatever. Not the demographic for the John Larroquette show.
No.
Was he just well dressed and hang out? What does he do?
A recovering alcoholic has been appointed to the role of night shift manager of the St. Louis Bus Depot. Why is it always night stuff?
I remember seeing this on TV, and because I lived in St. Louis for a while, so I messaged my friend who lives in St. Louis about it. And yeah, I watched this on one of those like Pluto channels back in the day where it was just like playing random stuff.
John Larrogato? Or-
Yes.
Okay.
And I forgot about it until this exact moment, until Joe read the Bus Depot thing. Because yeah,
I don't think I know this show at all.
I didn't.
But it sounds intriguing in a weird way.
I think it was. I watched a couple episodes. I'm not gonna lie.
It kind of feels like even though it's not at all plot related to Night Court, it feels like kind of a Night Court continuation. It's just like, a workplace thing in a weird place, also at night.
Also at night.
Yeah.
Why is the court at night still? Do we know that yet? Do we ever
I
find
mean,
that out?
I looked it up a little bit, but it still doesn't make a lot of
Right.
sense.
Fair. Okay. Whatever.
You got a lot of cases. They might have to go till late.
These cases go till late.
It's nuts.
Night court. Anything else before we predict how we did?
No. I'm trying to search for if there was like a random fact or something I had pulled from the Wikipedia. Not much in the Wikipedia. Yeah, other than a great theme song.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to you like learning that bass line.
Yeah. It's
If
pretty,
you could
it's
just
pretty cool.
splice it
It's pretty
in
cool.
to the.
Oh,
pod.
I got to do it in like the week that this has to be edited and
Yeah.
posted. Okay.
And then you have to put it into the pod.
Well, if
No pressure.
if I did, then you're welcome, and if I didn't, that's probably what happened.
I'd be very impressed.
Me too. I'd be more impressed if just me remembering that I should do that. Like, not even the act of doing it wouldn't even be that difficult, probably. Okay. Well, I might watch a couple ups.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what
All right.
happens.
I like that for you.
See what happens. My first prediction was no wedding.
You were right.
No wedding. Kenneth Parcell. You got me a point. Number 2, Lana Dead or Gone. That's another point.
You got it.
And unfortunately, number 3, it was going my way the whole 2 episodes until Harry decided not to leave.
Yeah. Oof.
He had 8 choices to leave, and he opted to not pick, which is a big dummy thing to do. Speaking of dummies, Bull says a big word,
Nope.
and he didn't. He refused to say a big word. But I will take 2 points.
That's good.
Yeah.
Bull's intelligence was made fun of within the first 5 minutes of the show.
And every other minute thereafter.
Yeah. I believe that Dan said things that were cancelable many times. There was like the comment about the 2 girls, they were going up in the polls or whatever.
No, he said, I wrote it down. It's upswing in the polls.
Yeah.
He's talking about his penis.
I got it. Okay.
Did you have it? I was going to say anything cancelable today. Just kidding.
No, I should have. I said there's going to be a magic trick, and I've been pondering if there was one this whole episode, and I don't think you're going to count it. But there was the part where Harry has the board where he had like post-it noted all of his options on it, and then he turns it around and does like an eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and turns it back around, and they're all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a magic trick.
Joe?
He does what?
Magic trick.
No, but what was the trick again?
He like had the board. There's like all the different jobs on it. He turns it around, does eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and then he flips it back around, and then they all say Columbia.
That's a magic trick.
Do you think it's a magic trick?
Oh, I thought it was unbelievable. I didn't understand. Like, literally, I sat and I went, how did he do that?
Yeah.
It was a magic trick, 100%. I don't know why he did it.
I don't know why he did it.
But, that was sleight of hand or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it was.
he did a magic trick for us for some reason. But
Yeah.
he did one.
And there was definitely people there for solicitation or prostitution.
Yep.
So this might be my best scoring episode of all time. I get 4 points.
She's coming. She's coming
This is
for the title.
nuts.
We can
Jimmy's coming back soon. I need to get these
we don't,
points
we don't
in.
call her Two Belts Claire for nothing.
This is why I'm the John Cena of this podcast.
I had Harry officiate's wedding, which he did not. An objection gets overruled. Really not much deep court stuff, really. Someone eats a hot dog. There's none of that. And then my last one is that there was day court and no. And there's actually a window in the courtroom now, but it's always night.
It was night.
I feel like there was like a hot dog commercial. So for a second there, I was like, there was a hot dog.
Oh, like
but it was,
like the Amazon Prime commercial
or it
had
was
a
like
hot dog in
Oscar
it.
Mayer. There was a lot of hot dog commercials.
There were some hot dogs, yeah. Okay, well, that's going to do it for us and Night Court. Listeners, if you want to send us show suggestions, I believe you can at FNDL Podcast on the Gmail and the Twitter and the Instagram and probably some other various social medias of your choosing. Probably. So check us out. Yeah, let us know what to watch next. Let us know, your thoughts on Night Court.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Also, if you know why it's at night, really would I'd really love to know. That'd be great. So, thank you for listening. We'll see you again next week. Goodbye.
Okay, if this is lame, just cut it. But it's at the end of the episode anyway,
You're not going to cut it.
right? I've been playing Red Dead 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a couple nights ago, I just went to, like, because this is an old Western game, but you can also just, like, go hang out in towns and do just Old West shit. So I went to one of the fancier towns and watched a show, which was just, like, a variety. There was, like,
That makes me sound like you, like, went to a strip club.
Yeah. I watched a show. There was, like, a ragtime band. There was a woman doing, like, flame dancing. But then one of the things was a guy doing, like, bullet catching. And, like, he had an assistant, like, shoot a gun at him, and he would, like, catch the bullet in his teeth. And so in my mind, I'm just like, well, like, I know how they do that. Like, it's, like, the gun's loaded with blanks. He's just, like, palming a bullet and putting it in his hand, right? Or putting it in his teeth. But then that's the last part of his act. He goes, like, and if you think this is fake, like, I'll take any volunteer from the audience who would like to, like, participate. And so, of course, you as the player, you volunteer. And you walk up to the front of the stage, and, like, you pull out your gun, and he asks you to, like, shoot him. And so you shoot him in the face. And, like, I'm expecting the game to just be, like, a thing of, like, oh, you weren't really supposed to do that. You, like, shot this guy. You need to, like, go on the run now. But, like, I shoot at him, and then he, like, runs back as if, like, he got shot in the face. But then he turns back around, and he's like, haha, I caught the bullet in my teeth. And I'm just like, how did he do that? But then I realize I'm playing a video game. And of course, it's just
This
any way you
isn't
want.
real.
But, like, I was so deep into, like, when they did the first 2 tricks, I was like, I know how they do that. I know how they do that.
Do you
I've seen The
like?
Prestige.
Is that like something that you enjoy? Like when you see someone do a magic trick, you like want to figure out like how they did it? Because I don't feel that way, and I know that some people do.
Not that I want to figure it out, but, like, of course that's where my mind goes. I'm perfectly fine to just go, like, I don't know, didn't see it.
How did that guy get that, like, orange in that bag in your bachelor
That's the one
party?
thing. That's the one thing I don't know. There was a bag in that he set up in the corner of the room at
So
the
this was
very
at
beginning.
your bachelor
Yeah.
party.
Yeah, that we had a magician,
Yeah.
and there was a bag that he set up. Like, as soon as he came in the room, he set up this bag in the corner, and then his very last trick or close to the end.
Yeah.
He, like, goes into the bag, and there's an orange in there, and then in the orange, he had, like, opened it up, and there's, like, $1 with my name on it. And it was like, we haven't seen him go back to the bag. And even if he did, like, somehow palm it and, like, while he's taking out the orange, like, sneak the $1 in there, it's like it was very up close, so you didn't see anything.
This has gotten brought up multiple times this month.
It was wild.
Like,
Yeah.
apparently, I wasn't there.
Clearly.
I was not, but sounds like it was awesome. Also, maybe we should hire him again because I want to see this orange trick. We got to go down to where was this? Rochester or something?
It was, yeah. It was
No, I think he's based out here, and we just brought him down to
yeah,
Rochester.
we just made him drive down to us. Someone else will get married eventually. And then someone else can hire that guy. So we'll figure it out. I'm going to cut all of that.
Great.
Just kidding.